Okay, hello everyone. You'll have to excuse the mess. I am currently in the process of painting up some miniatures. A bit of an update. I have finally started on the Malifaux miniatures that I got some time ago, the Children of December pack. Just that one over there, and have started to paint them up. So obviously I've got the pack on the go. At the moment I've made quite a bit of progress, so I'm quite happy. Let me just turn this light down. That's better. So this is the Children of December, the 2nd edition pack. This is the Ice Golem, and he's coming along really quite well, I think. I'm very happy with him. There's still a few final touches. I'm going to put a final blue wash on and the eyes to go, but I've already started on the base, and this isn't finished yet. I've just put the snow on, but these will be, you know, like it's ice rising up out of the ground. So it'll be mainly white, all this, with the blue just showing through in the deepest cracks. Bit of snow there, but I'm quite happy how he turned out. I'm happy, he's coming along very nicely. And then we have the eyes. Oh, hello! I managed to slice my finger open, so the Band-Aid keeps catching on everything. Okay, so the Ice Golems. So get a bit of light up there. That's better. So the Ice Golems. This little guy with the ice spear. So these guys are almost all completed. I just want to put a final wash on. Paint the glowing blue eyes, and maybe just a few more starker highlights so they look quite white, the highlights. So just brush up on the highlights just in the base. So I think the base came out quite nice. Very happy with that. It's that guy, this little dude with his rock, stone. Made it look like it's like an ice. He's throwing a piece of ice rather than a piece of stone, just to tie it into the mini. So it's you know, quite blue at the back, ice here at the front where it's been chipped out. Once again, snow base. And I was quite happy with the way these guys turned out. They're very easy to paint. I really enjoyed painting them. This little fella with his ice pick, super large toothpick, he's getting ready to stab someone in the guts with that. I just love the expressions on the faces of these guys. Little ass hanging out. So yeah, I really enjoyed painting them. And then on eBay I got, as you all know I love eBay, I got these little guys. They're kind of hard to see at the moment. They blend into the thing. They're still partially painted, but these guys are the 1st edition Hawkats. And I've just had a look and seen the 2nd edition ones, which look quite fearsome. These ones kind of look like, I don't know, kittens with beards. They are, as you can tell, that's my little finger, that's my pinky finger. They are quite tiny, and they come in 2 parts, and I was so glad I only paid $1 for these on eBay, because if I paid $14 to get a pack of these, which is less than, you know, which is about literally 12 grams of metal, I would have been exceptionally pissed off. I'm actually not usually a fan of the plastic stuff, but I'm really liking this Malifaux plastic. It's a pleasure to paint. You know, I like the, you know, I don't like the Games Workshop-y, like over exaggerated stuff. The sculpts. I love the fluff of like Warhammer 40k, but I hate the look of the miniatures. I mean, they're finely detailed and they're wonderful miniatures, but they're not my cup of tea. Anyway, I digress. So, you know, yes, I'm painting these guys up. They haven't been finished yet. So that's on their base. Hawkcat Pride. And we're still, obviously I've just, you know, still in the base coating stage of these guys. This is the new Rasputina model. She's coming along quite nicely. But this is what I'm talking about. I really love the way this is in, you know, a lot of people say, oh, they're too thin. It's my little finger. You know, they're too thin, they're quite small, but they're in proportion. She's proportionally the right size for a woman in, you know, 32mm heroic scale. And I like that. You know, I like things to look like they should, unless, you know, fair enough if it's, you know, fantasy stuff, or fantasy's fantasy, it can look like anything. But if it's supposed to be semi-realistic, you know, as far as I'm concerned, a person should look like a person, and she does, and I like that. So I'm really loving this Malifaux stuff. I can't wait I've got the Leviticus box set coming on, but I can see I'm gonna get into this in a big way. So, and this is the Wendi-Go. This was a 97,000 part model. Not really, but there was quite a few pieces to go to this. And this Wendi-Go thing was an absolute bitch to put together, and it had some just far out, man. It had some gaps in it. So I found this stuff actually down at my local Tactics hobby store, called Tactics down in Perth. And I'm really loving this. It is Vallejo plastic putty, and it comes out, you know, and it is really gooey. Washes up in water, and you can apply it with a paintbrush. And for, what was it? For $6. I don't think you can go wrong, and you get a shed load, 20mm in there, and I filled in quite a few gaps now, especially in this guy. Had quite a few gaps too, especially with my poker, especially up under here, where this bit goes on. Along the neckline here, between this thing and the arm, and you can see, I don't know if you can see it. See, there's a hole in his chest there. It's for it's for these things. See those little spiky? It's hard to see. Sorry, those little spiky things there. They go in. One goes in there, and another one goes, I don't know, somewhere else, but I've actually filled in that hole because I just hated the look of it when I dry fitted them. I still haven't decided whether this one's going in, because it kind of looks like, I don't know, it looks like an out of place nipple, like a giant spiky nipple, and I really don't like the look of it, so I may actually just fill that in and then paint it to the same colour as the rest of it. And I think he looks much better like this. In fact, this bit here also I almost didn't put this on because it kind of looks, but in the end I decided that I kind of liked it, so that went on. But some of these other things, just, yeah, it was just weird, man. It was like out of place tits. So I still haven't decided whether he's getting them. But anyway, the plastic putty's brilliant. It's just fantastic for filling stuff, and basically there's very little shrinkage. So yeah, so that's the Malifaux set so far. So it's almost completed. I'm hoping to have these completed within the next, day or two. I'm going to do a bit more painting on these guys tonight. Maybe get the base coats on. Yeah, I'm quite enjoying the paint with them. But anyway, and so last week, let me just get these. Oh, and these are the two bases. So that's the base for Rasputina. They're quite shiny at the moment because I've just obviously gloss varnished them, but I'm going to put on some of the Army Paint anti-shine stuff. I had to go down and buy a couple of things of this because I've run out of the spray and my order's still on the way from the combat company. And this is the one for the Wendi-Go. So yeah, so that's them. So they're coming along quite nicely. I'm very happy with them. Happy that I've, because as I was saying before, I've got the, I've got the, sort of like the willpower of a, well, I don't have any willpower really. And I've got the attention span of a lemming with ADD, so I tend to flip from one thing to another. But I've been really very, very focused this last week or two, I don't know, since I put up my last update. And so here's some of the English Civil War stuff. Here's some of the English Civil War stuff that I've been doing for my 15mm English Civil War army. So I've got these guys painted. Some of these guys painted. Various different horse types, and let me just see if I can get a better view on that. Oh yeah, that's working well. Okay, so various different horse types. Just to break up the monotony there. I have no idea how. Well, I suppose you do if you're a 15mm painter and you're painting armies. But man, this took some serious. I just thank Christ for Army Painter quick shade inks. That's all I can say. All these were done with a base coat and then given a quick shading, dark, medium, dark, strong, or light tone. So and I had to use my inks, which was a bit of a bugger because I didn't want to. But I'm waiting on. Once again, I'm still waiting on my order to arrive. So the dip's coming, and these are the other ones. Let me just back up. These are some of the other ones. So cavalry, and what can I say? 50 down, 100 odd to go, and then 300 foot. So, but once again, different shades, different inks, all base coated and then pretty much shaded with the Army Painter strong, soft and dark tone inks. I have to say I've been very, very impressed with those inks. I really, really have. They've gone an awfully long way for one of these little bottles. They do an awful lot of horses, and 15mm. I was very, very, very happy. So that's them done, and then because I was doing my Saga army, and I'm one Viking short. I'm waiting on some Vikings with my order. At least it's been posted now. But I bought, the combat company is absolutely excellent if you are here in Australia or, well, anywhere in the world really, because they post overseas. But if go to the combat company, check out down the bottom there. I'll put a link in the tab, and maybe up here the website should come up somewhere. They are absolutely awesome. And through no fault of theirs, my order was delayed this time, and it's always the way. You buy a couple of items like on an impulse purchase that you don't actually need, and they're the 3 items that aren't in stock, and the wholesaler is moving store, so he's really slow. And so it's taken 10 days I think, and they still haven't come, and they were really wonderful. I said, look, just send the rest of the order. Please, please just send the rest of the order. I need that quick shading. I need the paints that I've ordered. They've sent it all off for me, and I said, look, I'll happily pay for the Saga stuff because it was on special anyway, and what I saved would pay for the postage. And they just said, look, don't worry about it. If you spend $100 in Australia, it's free postage. And they said, look, you've almost spent, $200 on this order anyway, so we'll just send it for free, which I thought was wonderful. And so I hope it's on the way, and the postage through them's really, really quick. It doesn't seem to take any time at all, so I'm hoping it'll get here by Friday, but otherwise it'll be Monday or Tuesday, depending on Australia Post. So anyway, I'm one guy short for my Saga army, and I bought these guys on eBay. These are from Warlord Games. Warlord Games, and they are Celtic Spearmen, Javelineers, or whatever. Look, all I can say is, I was a bit pissed off with the seller actually with these, because he charged $7 for postage. When they arrived, when they arrived, they were, the postage cost all of $1.20, and he shoved them in a post pack, which pisses me off. If you want $7 for the miniatures, put them as $7. Don't try and screw around with it by making the postage really, really expensive. I was quite happy to pay $8, but it's if you're gonna, like I'm also a seller on eBay. If I charge someone $15, that's because that's what it cost. That's how much it costs for the box, the packing, and the postage. $15. It's so they don't have to pay any money. They don't have to pay the fees on eBay. Well, if you don't want to pay the fees, piss off and sell somewhere else. So I was not very happy with this bloke anyway. But anyway, I digress. So anyway, I got these Warlord game things. I was really unimpressed with them. I'm glad I only paid $8. Because these are a bit more. I saved probably $5 or $6 over buying these guys new. They say, oh, we make excellent miniatures, but if this is the standard of the Warlords Games miniature, then quite frankly, they're shithouse. These had friggin' mole lines everywhere, flashing everywhere, holes in the casts. I've had to fill so many holes. The casts are grainy. The detail is dodgy, like hands malformed and stuff. The molds are really, really old. So basically, Warlord Games, get your shit together. Either replace the molds, or dump this line, or lower your prices, because they're the actual retail cost for this stuff for what you get is outrageous. But anyway, so I've painted some of these up. So just the base coating. So I've decided that these guys are I'm gonna Vikingize them, if that's a name. So these are some. These here are some that I've started to base coat. Okay, they're going to be Spearmen, Viking Spearmen. I think really once I shove them in with the rest of them, they just look like Bondi guys, and I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in a pack, so they're about $1.15 each or something. And what I'm going to do, they just got a dab of super glue on there, is like with a shield, and they didn't come with the they didn't come with the spears, so I'm going to have to make the spears, but I've got the brass rod and crap, so that'll be okay. But yeah, so they're on the go, but they've sort of been shoved to one side while I do the Malifaux now, and as they're for quite a large army, they're just gonna base coat these guys and dip them, smear them in blood, a few basic highlights, and detail the bases and stuff and get it on, because I just want to get them up so I can have a bit of a bash. So anyway, yeah, so I've been hard at it, which is why my painting area currently looks like a brothel. It's just a bit of a mess. But, that's it, yeah. So anyway, until next time, I hope you found that interesting. Have a good one. Take it easy. If you like it, subscribe, +1 it, and share.